Good morning, Christian. How are you?
Good morning, Will. I'm fine, thank you. Yourself?
I'm fantastic. I'm
Good.
battling in-laws and parents here, so this is a nice respite. Um, in
The lost
terms of,
fight.
it's very good. In terms of where you guys sit, I know the lineup surprised a lot of people last week. How have you seen that motivate some of the guys you didn't bring on the trip with you to Houston?
You mean this week?
Yes.
Yeah. Will, the squad trained really well the full week. Everybody, and when I mean everybody. Everybody was good, motivated. They gave everything that we asked as a staff to do. They did. Brought intensity, and they help the team to prepare. Everybody help the team to prepare in the best possible way for tomorrow.
What do you notice about Nashville and kind of what makes them go? I know it all kind of surrounds Mukhtar, but what have you seen from them that impresses you, and how do you feel like your boys match up?
Yeah, no, it's Nashville is a very very good team. Again, a team that plays a style of football that is defined. So the coaching staff and the coach, they've done a good job over their time over there. You can recognize the way they play. They have certain attributes that they are uh, that identify them. And so it's a team with a lot of ability, in a lot of physicality. They are well organized when they defend as a block. They can play well during the game and to be really effective in offensive transition with Mukhtar, with Sapong, but also because of the ability of the players that can fit them, like McCarthy, Davis, Godoy, Leal. They have a number of good players, and the defenders also are really strong and solid. It's not me discovering how good is Zimmerman or how good is the other guy Romney and Miller. These are Mule. These are guys that are really experienced in the league, and so it's a team. It's a difficult team to play against.
What did you see specifically out of Quinn, whether it was in the game against Montreal or in training the week leading up, that gave you the confidence to start him against Houston?
But I saw a number of things. I like his attitude. I like his ability to be intense when he plays, with or without the ball, to be always in the game mentally. And also, I think it helped maybe my background in developing players and to see how they can contribute, even though they might be relatively inexperienced at that level, but the quality that I've seen. Also, when he was playing with Independence, I went to see him play a couple of times. I was always impressed that he's a guy that linked the play really well in many different ways, and he's always one of those guys that is intense in the game. So you have him all the time, mentally as well as physically, and with the characteristics, complete midfielder that can break up the play, can make himself available, can make a good use of the ball. So, number of qualities.
And last one for me about Anton Walks. Obviously, he has stabilized a lot of things for you at center back. It's allowed Fuchs to play in his more natural position. What has his jump in play allowed you guys to do more and also play better defensively in these last five contests?
As I said in the past, for me, Anton, I know of him from a number of years watching MLS. I think he has got a number of attributes that can help. He can play with both feet. He's quick. He's he can head the ball. He has got many qualities, and he's also experienced at this level. So, as I said in the past, for me, he's one of the best defenders in this league. And so he has given us all the qualities that I just described. And also, he's a great guy to have around. He's, he can help in many different ways, defensively, but also to build the play and covering. I think Anton is a very solid player. We have other very good defenders, and they don't play because they are bad. They're actually quite good players. It's just because I think Anton is pretty good and is doing pretty well.
Thank you. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Okay, Brew, go ahead.
Hey, Christian, wanted to ask about Andre. Could you give a little more insight into the decision to bring him off the bench in the last game?
But it was a very hot environment in many different ways, and so I thought that Caro was helped us a lot with the ball and without the ball, pressing and trying to bring the team up. And so after a while, it was just logical to try to change, to give him a break. And then we know that Andre is another player like I described Quinn, and more experience that is always in the game. He's clever, he's intelligent, he has a lot of quality as a striker. He can play wide, he can play in the middle, he's versatile. And he's a guy that you can bring him on and he will pick up the pace of the game straight away. This is a great quality that he has, and likely we have a number of players that they have that. And so he brought at the same time energy, fresh energy, and his personality. And so that was very, very important for the team at the stage of the game.
How would you say his game has, flourished over the last few games? He's really provided an offensive spark for you guys.
Yeah, because as I said, he's a guy that he's very intelligent. He listens and he asks questions and he wants to improve. He's committed to become as good as he can, and you can see that in his game. He's always hungry for more. And so to have a player like that in the squad, and we have a number like that, is a plus. And he can play back to the goal. He can give an assist, like he showed also in Houston. He can finish himself. He can help defensively. So we have a player here that has got a number of qualities that are, given also his age, he can only get better, in my opinion.
Do you have like a specific moment that kind of shows that willingness to ask questions and that hunger that you talked about with Shinyashiki?
Well, on a daily basis, we talk. I talk with him, and there is no one particular. It's the way he is. So there is no one defining moment. It's the way he is. He's a guy that is always wants to know more, wants to ask questions, and wants to know how he can improve. And also on the pitch, he wants to work more at the end of training. So it's credit to him that he's got this feature.
Thank you.
So,
Jorge?
Hey, Christian. Austin when you guys played Austin, they were able to stay compact defensively. You guys held a lot of the possession, but lacked creativity in that game. Do you feel a similar style of play against Nashville?
probably they are one of the teams that defends better as a block when they are compact and they know how to arrive in position, very experienced through the middle, mobile on the wide positions. Yeah, it would be a challenge, but if we want to play in this kind of formation, if we want to play this style of football, you know that you're gonna deal with this kind of blocks and with this kind of compactness from the position. It will be down to us to be resilient, because you can be resilient with the ball as much as you can be without it. And so we have to be patient, move the ball quickly, and to try to go to good position, and then try to be more creative in the last third, or more resilient, and keep running at them and keep asking questions if the game will go that way.
Nice. And how does the team take winning away and use that as motivation for this game against Nashville? How do you continue that momentum?
Yeah, it was very good for us to get the first away win because we never experienced that as a club, and so that creates belief that you can do it, because we can talk as much as we want, but until you do something, the doubt is still there, maybe unconsciously, maybe in the back of the mind, but the doubt is there. Now we hope this doubt is gone, because we did it, and in a difficult environment as well, against a very good team, in my opinion, with very good players and well organized. And so now the next challenge is, like you say, is to carry on the momentum. And so we just have to take each game and prepare it at the best that we can, and to find the right characteristics of the 20 players that will represent us tomorrow, with the motivation, with the resilience, togetherness, and also try to play the football that we want to play.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sam, go ahead.
Was it my turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Christian, Nashville is also one of the most physical teams in MLS. They've had that reputation for a while. Do you think that presents another challenge to the team that they maybe haven't seen so far this season?
Yeah, I would agree with you when you say that they are one of the most physical teams in the league. I think that we faced that kind of challenge already, in a different way, with Red Bulls twice, with I think Montreal can be quite physical in midfield and at the back. So we have been playing a number of teams that they are not easy to play in terms of physicality. They are one of the most physical teams, I agree with you, and they know how to use that well. But I believe that our boys can cope with that. Also, if the game is physical, Austin also tried to be intimidating at some point in the game, but I think our boys responded well. And I think that we are equipped. Our boys, as I said on many occasions, I keep repeating it, I trust all of them, even the one that, for example, would be outside of the squad. But we have to make a decision as a staff. But I think that we are equipped as a group to fight also that kind of challenges.
Do you feel like, having played now your third straight Western Conference team after playing Austin and playing Houston, do you notice any different style of play between those teams and maybe some of the Eastern Conference teams that you played? And if so, do you feel like that's good to get this team, used to different styles of play based on the conference?
Yeah, I'm not sure that there is this kind of difference between conferences. I think each team has got their own identity, depending also on the coaching staff and what kind of background they have. And so I've seen physical teams in the West, physical team in the East, and play teams that they want to play from the East. For example, Austin and Houston, they are two teams that want to play with the ball. They want to build from the back, and they want to be dominant with the ball. So I'm not sure that there is this. I wouldn't say that the West Conference is one way and East Conference is a different way. It's
and
every team is his own, presenting his own challenge in everything.
Right. The final thing I wanted to ask you was, you and Jorge were talking about Andre and the fact that he has the versatility to play different positions. Do you feel like, if, say, he's partnering up with Carroll for a few games and they're not getting chances, or it's just not working, do you feel like that his versatility allows you to maybe put him in the midfield and change the formation and give you guys a different look and maybe just a different way if you need to get the offense going?
I think that his versatility, I see him as a striker, not necessarily as a midfielder. We have a number of midfielders that they have to do different part of the game when we have the ball, when we don't have the ball. So mainly I see him as a striker, meaning a winger or number 9. His versatility is important to us because he can play first striker, second striker if we decide to change the system, but not in midfield necessarily. And not to be given, I think they've been given a chance. We have a number of good players that rotate, and Jordi Reina, in my opinion, played really, really well last game, giving us some creativity and experience, you know, playing between the lines really well and playing, switching the play really well. Jordi is a very, very good player. And Camille also on the opposite side, I think he's getting more and more confident and physically ready as the games go on. Mackenzie came on and again was great, gave the team a lot. So we have a number of players, and you know, and Andre is one of them. And with Carol, so it's up to us to find the formula. And sometimes we have to change game by game because each game will present a different challenge. It's important that the guys work well, like that they have done, and they make themselves ready for the next challenge.
Great. Good luck. Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll end it with Sam.
Thank you, Coach. Obviously, very excited to see the win last week. I just wanted to ask you more about the season as a whole so far. You know, if you had to give a grade to the team so far this season, what do you think it would be?
I don't know about grades. Also, you're used from A, B, C, D. I'm used to 1 to 10. I don't like to give grades. I think that at home we have, honestly, I said in the past, and it's easy to say it because it's true as well. We have an unbelievable atmosphere with great supporting fans. They create an atmosphere that also, I spoke with few players that I worked with in the past. They're all impressed when they come and play here. Everybody's impressed. So that was a big help for us in many different ways. And we want as much as possible to make them happy and proud of the team that they see, and that is that team. It took a little bit longer than hoped to get our first win away, but I think we are on track and to be, you know, an expansion team. I think we want to have an identity that is recognizable with the ball, without the ball. We want to give a game to everybody and to try to win as many games as possible. And so at the same time to see the team cementing and growing in the right direction, because we have a number of young players, a number of players that have not played together until this season. We never have to forget that, and they are coming together with all the, you know, highs and lows that this situation you can imagine bring.
And then finally, for me, what is there a moment or two moments that really stick out for you so far this season? Just, you know, of joy or that really left an impression on you?
But there are a number of moments, some that stick up, and every day it's a challenge here. Is every day is great. The moments that come to the mind was the highest attended game in MLS, the first one, the first home win, the first away win. But there are many, and there are many on a daily basis here. We have a very interesting group that they know that I love a lot, and it's challenging at times, but in a good way, and it's great to work with them, really.
All right, thank you, Coach.
You're welcome.
Great. Thank you, everyone. We'll send out this recording shortly.